What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
Worked on in the training room. He's going to try to give it a go, but he'll go through warm-ups and figure it out.
Brad, what do you think this season's been like for Terry Rozier, and has he lived up to your expectations?
Yeah, I think one of the things with our whole team was that this season was going to be really challenging from the get-go, just simply because, you have to take on a little bit of a lesser role. Even our guys that play a lot, start the game, everybody's got to give a little. Terry probably had to give a little bit more versus what he did last year at the end of the season than before. And I think you always, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what job you have, you probably are likely to compare your current situation to your best situation in your own eyes. And I think that's a challenge to adjust to. And I think Terry's handled it really well. Hasn't been easy. He's a tremendous worker. He's a tremendous competitor. That being said, he's also been a tremendous teammate. And I would think that most guys would reiterate, he doesn't. He's an honest guy, but most guys would tell you, like, he's done everything he can to make this thing work, and we appreciate him for it.
Hey, Brad. Ask you about a different guy in Jalen. How has his role as a defender evolved over the last year or so in terms of the kind of players he can guard and the things he can do for you?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten better. He's a guy that initially in his rookie year, we really tried to hone in on certain matchups and just study the heck out of these guys and be good against these guys. Second year, be a little bit more versatile. Third year, you got to be able to do it all. I think that Marcus is such a great, kind of model for that. He's able to guard on the ball. He's able to run off screens. He's able to do all that other stuff. And I think Jalen's really gotten better at it. He's always been great trailing screens and being there on the catch and those type of things. Where we've seen big improvement is in directing and pick and rolls and making the ball handler more uncomfortable. You go back to his first year in the playoffs, and that was where he had to improve, and he's worked really hard on it. And, the hard part about those guys is they are always guarding the really potent scorers. And so, if you take a second off, you'll probably be exposed.
Scott Agnes, The Athletic. Brad, have you given yourself a chance to reflect facing the hometown team? You look over at Reggie, whose number you wore, is sitting across the way. Larry's up in the stands. Is that carrying significance?
I mean, it's, I think if I would, I'd say it's surreal, right? Because, you grow up, and I'm an Indiana kid, and that was basketball in that state are really, really important to me. That being said, I kind of stay in this world of focus ahead and focus on what's next, and I'll look back on it after the fact. When we go to Indiana, I'll be holed up in my hotel room, and I'll see people in the summer. Like, we got a job to do, and so we're really focused on that.
Brad, what has your experience in the playoffs now taught you about trends that can carry on over from one game to the next? Is there any? Is that kind of overrated? How do you view that as a coach?
I think that you can't take things for granted. One of the things that's obvious is both of us were probably very focused on wanting to score better than we did in Game 1. Both teams defended really well in Game 1. And so you got to be able to, for us, we have to play with that same intensity. We have to play with that same toughness. We have to play with way more connectivity and better job on offense to have a chance to win tonight. The Pacers will be better tonight. So you have to be able to raise your level. And that's the fun part of the playoffs. And playoffs are a bear because of that, but it's the challenging part for players and coaches, but it's the fun part.
Brad, same starting lineup tonight?
I don't know yet. refer to Tim's first question. So if Al plays, we could start the same.
As a
If he doesn't, we will not.
As a follow-up to that, did he just wake up with the flu or something?
Last night,
Yeah.
got sick, and reported it right away. Got a good night's sleep. Woke up feeling way better. I don't know if it was something he ate. I don't know what the deal was. Did not come to shoot around this morning. We kept him away, and he got a good days of rest, and said he's feeling pretty good right now. But he hasn't been on the court yet.
Just curious, Brad, what extent do you tell your players to report that they're sick? Like sniffles, sneezing, like honestly, like when did
I don't
Al
have
know?
I don't have any say in any of that stuff,
When did
Gary.
Al say, okay, it's time for me to call like the trainer?
I'll let him answer that. I mean, I don't know the play-by-play of it. I'm a little nervous to report the play-by-play, but I'm guessing that, something didn't feel right, something didn't go right, and then
Something
said he was
came up.
sick. Yeah, and then our trainers tell me, and then I say, okay, let me know. But we knew this morning he wasn't going to be around, and again, he woke up. Luckily, because we were worried last night that it could be a 24, 48, whatever hour thing. He woke up feeling a lot better, got a good day's rest. We're hopeful that he can play.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. I think that's the last one, right? All right. See you.